Greetings to you. Welcome back for another great week of underrated broadcast. We are raring, ready to go. Let's see what we got today. All right. Look, I'm reading a comment from Splat. He was talking about the CDC's regulations on cruises out of Florida, limiting the number of passengers and cruise numbers. Higher costs for cruises to the appeals court this week. Okay, well, I guess there's cruise stuff. This isn't going to be solved overnight, but it is what it is. So on Friday, the futures, the Dow hit all-time highs. The NASDAQ, I don't know what the NASDAQ did. When is the NASDAQ not at all-time highs? S&P, I know, touched 4,400. Dow hit 3,500. It's really something out there. But I guess let's just let markets keep going up higher and higher. So Let's see what we have going on this week. I have some good Bitcoin predictions for you. All right, first things first. Let's see what's in the week ahead. Everybody's reporting this week. Tesla, Apple, Google, Microsoft, all the big guys are reporting this week. So if you're in any of those stocks, be very careful. Just be aware that they're reporting. Maybe if you're trading them, dial back a little bit on the amount of shares that you have. If you're invested in them, it doesn't really matter. Smash a like button for me and we'll get going. So stock futures fall ahead of this week. I don't buy that for a second. All of these guys are going to come back and they're just going to pump the markets higher and higher because of all the stock buybacks they do using debt. And then they just push the prices up and everything's Gucci. The yield on the 10-year fell below 1.25% as investors await to see what's going to happen with Fed stimulus coming into this week. So the central bank, led by Jerome Powell, will be meeting on Tuesday and Wednesday. So what I expect for this week, actually, let's see what we have as far as earnings go, just so we can tie this all together. So today we have Tesla reporting after the bell. What is Tuesday? Tuesday's Apple. This is going to be a big one. Microsoft, Google. Okay, so Tuesday's going to be pretty big. I don't think you're going to see very much volume in the market through Wednesday. I think the only real volume you're going to see is post market on Wednesday. You'll see some price action, and Wednesday morning you'll see a very little bit, but on specific stocks. And I think it's going to be these FANGs: Apple, Microsoft, Google. You might see some on Starbucks, but I don't think that you're going to get crazy movement. You're not going to really see anything until Wednesday after Jerome Powell speaks at 2:30. That's when the markets are going to be back. So this is actually going to be quite a slow week for you. If you were all excited to get trading, I don't think it's going to happen very much. So just wait for that. Let's see here. Earnings calendar. Everybody. What else was there? Okay. So data is expected this week to come out on the durable goods, consumer confidence, jobless claims on Thursday, of course, GDP, personal incomes, and consumer spending. So there's a lot of data coming out this week. But even with that data, I think we're going to get initial pre-market and post-market reactions with earnings and data, but I don't think we're going to get much movement until 2:30. So weeks like this, this is what separates good traders from bad traders. Often the best thing to do is nothing. So just be patient with it. And again, if you're investing in stuff, it is what it is. Just leave it, let it ride. Keep you doing your due diligence and stick to your process. So Bitcoin, this is a good one. I didn't want to spoil it now, but I'm going to spoil it now. So Bitcoin rises to speculation on Amazon entering the crypto sector. So Amazon posted a job listing for a digital currency and blockchain lead. The description called for someone who can own the vision and strategy for Amazon's digital currency and blockchain strategy and product roadmap. All right. So I think that what I think is going to happen is, and now Bitcoin's at like 40,000 again. What I think is going to happen is Amazon is going to go down this road. They're going to say that they can accept Bitcoin. And then when it comes down to it and becomes a cluster, you know what? Just like it did for Tesla, they're going to say, well, we want to make sure that it's environmentally friendly too. Because everybody just cares so much about the environment and not the amount of money that they can make. And it probably doesn't have anything to do with that they would lose money from crypto in some fashion of government regulations or whatnot. But they'll blame it on the environment, just like Tesla did, just like China did. Okay, noted. Lucid Motors, guys, debuting on today, LCID. So if you guys want to day trade it, have fun. It'll probably be a lot of fun to day trade. Next, more than a third of Americans are considering quitting their jobs. Now, this headline is very misleading after I read through the story. The rate at which Americans are quitting their jobs hit a historic high this spring, and workers may not be done job hopping this year. For more than a third of workers, 37%, are either thinking of leaving their jobs or are already preparing to make the move. 4 in 5 potential quitters want to make the move in the next 6 months. The top reasons for quitting are, the headline makes it seem like people are going to quit and not get a job. The top reasons for quitting: better opportunities. Okay, why would you not quit? Higher salary, same thing. Better work-life balance, same thing. Changing industries, okay. Not enjoying their work. Yeah, I'll read that part too. The headline was deceiving. I thought this was going to be more fun to read. There are many jobs where pay is low, and one does not have that much attachment to an employer. When suddenly warehouses, trucking, nursing are offering huge bonuses, reducing experience requirements and training requirements, they suddenly become much more attractive. It's true. It's true. David Spicer just said Duolingo is going public today. IPO. That's also true. So now here we go. Suddenly, Robinhood, the platform of the people, they care about you and they want to open retirement accounts for you. And you should probably trust them. Not. Robinhood is considering launching U.S. retirement accounts. They want to offer IRAs, Roths, and other tax advantages. We are interested in building more types of accounts, including IRAs, Roth IRAs. We've been hearing that from a lot of customers. We want to make first-time investors into long-term investors. How sweet. This is funny. This is what the CEO Vlad said in a webcast. We see evidence that the majority of our customers are primary buy and hold. The majority of your customers are buy and primary hold on for dear life because they don't know what the hell they're buying. It doesn't have anything to do with buy and hold. Brokerage has been criticized for relying on payment of order flow for most revenue, which is Do you guys remember back when everything went down? They were freezing accounts. They weren't allowing people to trade because when it comes down to it, they trade based on liquidity. Where I thought I highlighted that in here. Did I not highlight that? Give me 1 second. The brokerage has been criticized. Here, I just read it. The brokerage has been criticized for relying on payment of order flows for most of its revenue, under which it receives fees from market makers for routing trades to them and does not charge users for individual trades. So when all of that stuff was going down with GameStop and AMC and all the other ones, they basically had no money. So they had to go out and raise billions and billions of dollars in a very short amount of time. So that was what they were criticized for. So when I'm selecting a brokerage firm to put all of my money, I always look for a company like this where I could just really tell that they have my back, and they're a very solid company. And yeah, so I think I'm going to move all my money to Robinhood, and I might throw some into Webull just in case. For those of you that don't know, I'm joking, and that was sarcasm. All right, Lucid Motors. They're going to start trading today under LCID. The merger itself, remember they had the vote on Friday. It was approved by more than 99% of the shareholders because why not? And the Saudi Arabian investment will fund over 60% of Lucid, booking a profit for nearly $20 billion of its $2.9 billion investment. So I think this car is going to be great. I think this is going to be the first time that a competitor of this is going to be the first EV company that's not a GM, Ford, whatever, is going to be competing with Tesla. That's what I think. I don't think that anybody else can do it. I think Lucid can. I've thought Lucid could since 2018 when they first came out and the Saudis put $1 billion into them. They are solid. They make an incredible car. That's all I have to say. It's just an incredible car. All right. Here's the Amazon thing. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies surge. Guys, they put out a job listing. They didn't even say anything about it. They just put out a job listing. So, I mean, they're creating a role. I'm assuming it's going to have to take time to do. And I also think that when all of this comes down to it, it sounds really sexy now, but I think they're going to start blaming the environment, just like China is, just like Tesla is, when they realize that it's a little bit more of a grand scale. They said they're going to try to do this by 2022, though. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies surged higher on Monday morning amid speculation that the e-commerce giant could soon accept tokens of payment. Bitcoin was up 12%, so hopefully you bought the dip. Speculation began after Amazon posted the job, of course, Amazon's job posting role said that it would involve innovating on behalf of customers within payments and financial systems for one of the largest e-commerce companies in the world. Amazon source, an unnamed source from Amazon said that the company has planned to accept Bitcoin by the end of the year and wanted to launch its own token by the end of 2022. Isn't that kind of like the Amazon dollars? It's basically, it's like gift cards, right? It's the same thing, except it doesn't fluctuate on you. But when you do have a currency that only goes up, why would you not want to put in $100 and come out with $1,000? Obviously guaranteed, just like Andre said. It's just obvious and guaranteed that it's going to happen, so why not? Most crypto investors will struggle to find many companies that accept Bitcoin and cryptos. That's another interesting thing. I've never heard somebody that I know that has owned Bitcoin or any crypto and actually been able to pay for something. I always wanted to, but I don't want to at the same time. I'll just let you guys do it, and you can tell me if it actually works or it doesn't work. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's see what is going on. Let's do one more check here. I just want to see if futures moved at all. They have not. The yields, we already looked at that in one of the stories. Those basically have not moved. Okay, just be aware. Let's see. Tesla reports after the bell. So if you own that, good luck to you. What else? Pet meds. That's another one that I know a lot of people own. Tomorrow, Apple's the big one. Oh, wow. Everything's pretty much after the bell tomorrow of all the big companies, with the exception of, JetBlue, United States Postal Service, 3M, Waste Management, SiriusXM. So there's that. But tomorrow is going to be a fun after hours day. Apple, Microsoft, AMD, Google, GE, Starbucks, Visa. Here's Teladoc. That's just a great company. July, let's see here. This is on the 28th. Facebook, Boeing, Ford, Motor, Tilray. Okay. On to the next. Oh, if you want to do, guys, if you're not in the Patreon at all and you want to join, patreon.com/everythingmoney. We're not going to be on here much longer, but this is where we are now. So Discord, $7 gets you access to our Discord. If you want the software and the Discord access, $25 a month. If you want to be in the Bid and Ask Nation with me, talking trading, etc., $69 a month gets you that. Let's see here. What else is there? What other fun things are there? If you want a one-on-one trading session with me, Zoom call, we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about in the world of trading. And if you're a newbie, we can do it. If you're experienced and you want to go into more detail, we can do it. And if you want to do a real estate deal and you want some insight from Paul, $10,000 for 4 hours of his time. And you'll have some expertise in that, and it's probably worth it if you're buying a big property, especially in today's market. So, all right, send me some stocks, and we'll go from there. Let's see. Russ, he upgraded to the Bid and Ask Nation. Send me a message, man. Who disliked this? I'll dislike it. Whatever boosts the algorithm, guys. Question. All right, here's a question. If you don't have a lot of capital, is it better to build a company so you can invest a lot later when the business goes well, or should one day trade? That's personally up to you, but I don't really know how to answer that question. You just got to start focusing on building capital up. It also just depends on how old you are. All right, let's do SNA. Wow, that is a lot of tickers. Whoever keeps typing BRK.A, I'm going to ban you. All right. SNA. It's looking like it's a nice little dog-ish. Let me see here. So you're moving sideways, and I'm sure, Frenchie, as you know, you've been in long enough to know that eventually you want this thing to start ticking up and moving into the sweet spot. But at the same point, you have to cross the 150-day moving average. So just keep waiting on this one. I wouldn't have anything more than a tracker share, if that, and go from there. All right, let's see. I got to scroll back down here. Let's see. DHI. I'll do DHI, and then I'll do Micron. DHI. Oh, DR Horton. All right, this is actually looking pretty good. if someone is in the Bid and Ask Nation, one of my ambassadors, if you guys could type this in there, that would be great. This thing's looking good. It's coming. It's not there yet, but it's getting into that sweet spot area. You've cleared all your moving averages. You have great volume the last 5 sessions. You're kind of breaking out a little bit today. Let's zoom out a little bit and see what we got here. Okay. Yeah, I like it. You will face some resistance here, about $97, $96.50. But you definitely have a run here. So if somebody put this in the chat, please. Whoever figured this one out, very good. And if you are in the Bid and Ask Nation, good. If you're not, you should join because you get it. All right, let's do Micron. What is it, MU? MU, yeah. Okay. This one is in rough shape. They've been in rough shape for a while. It seems like all the chips are kind of in rough shape except for NVIDIA. You can actually see if you just start drawing these lines, it's creating these like M formations that just keep moving lower and lower. So the overall trend is certainly down and has been dating back to mid-April. Hey, if you make a new low here, if you break out below this level, I would keep shorting this thing if you're shorting it right now because you broke the 200-day moving average. You have a lot of room to move on the downside. Let's do BABA. What is going on with BABA? Oh boy, that's why. Everybody's talking about Alibaba. Let's see here. So they've broken all their moving averages. So this one has, oh wow, look at this. So what I'm doing right now, I'm zooming out because I just want to see if I draw a line across here, that's where we're at. You really don't have a lot of support until you get down to this like 170 area. So this is not a bad short, guys. If you keep getting, it would be great if you can get some red volume bars here. But even on a swing trade, it's a short, and there's really no support down there. BABA might be a good short for you. No doubt about that. I like that one. CCL. If somebody could probably throw that in the shorting channel, and you'll probably do well with it. All right, Carnival. Interestingly about Carnival, they've snapped back a little bit over the past couple days, and you can see they dropped below this 200-day moving average, and they pulled right back up to it, and they couldn't go any higher than it. So that just shows you how powerful these moving averages are. And now we finally started going sideways instead of straight down. So I do foresee, I think they're going to get going again. I like I said, I have a lot of shares of CCL that I own, and I have even more puts waiting. So CCL is going to be a good one. It's just not the time right now. All right. NVIDIA. Let's see here. NVIDIA. NVDA. Oh, NVIDIA's finally broken this. So look at how great they were. And then all of this was just a snapback. They tried to rebound a little bit, and then they finally turned into a downtrend. So guys, on my charts, as soon as my candles turn red on my long-term chart, that means that the red line has broken under 80%. So this thing is, do not short this yet. Do not short this yet, but wait until your red line gets into the sweet spot like so, and your yellow line follows and gets into the sweet spot like so on the way down. Then you can go ahead and short it, but you cannot confidently do anything right now. But it's looking okay. Okay, let's do Citibank. Citibank. So the banks are all going to hold. Let's look at XLF too. So this is Citibank. Remember what this chart looks like. XLF. And you can kind of see that XLF, which is the financial sector of the S&P, kind of looks similar to Citibank, except it's not down here. But all of them are still holding their 200-day moving average. Let's look at Bank of America holding its 200-day. Let's look at Wells Fargo, WFC, I think it is. Okay, so it's above its 200-day. So they kind of all look very similar to XLF. Now let's go back to Citi for you. So it's going to be tough for you. This one, you're getting real close to that 200-day moving average. And remember, the banks lead the market. So you're in a downtrend. To be honest with you, I wouldn't short it. I wouldn't go long. I would not do anything with the banks right now. There's just too much chaos out there. All right, Lumen Technologies. Two people brought this to my attention. I think Spicer did one of his YouTube videos on this yesterday. I think that was it. All right, so Lumen is holding this support level very nicely. And eventually this thing is going to swing back up and move that way. The problem I see is just you have tons and tons of inconsistent volume. So be careful with that one. Eric Perez joined the Bid Nation yesterday. Welcome. All right. What else do we have? KMB swing trade. I like that. Somebody give me some more swing trades. Those are fun to do. All right. Okay. Let's. This one might be tough. Let's blow it up. So I like where you're thinking. I think you're probably thinking you've crossed over here. You had good volume. Issue is you ran right. You were down here. You ran in. You passed all the moving averages on Friday. You got to see this thing get up here and close up here. This thing has to be a green candle today, and it has to close up here over resistance, over the 200-day moving average, just somewhere up in this 138 range. Other than that, I don't start a trade in this. Just keep waiting on it. But I like where your head's at. Baidu. What's a short? I'm new to all of this. Good question, Caden. So basically what you're doing with a short, and I'm going to show you on a long-term chart just because it's easier to show you. The idea is if you want to get into what actually shorting is and borrowing shares, etc., you can do that on Investopedia. But what a short is basically if the stock price is at, let's say it's at $135 right now for simple numbers. If the stock price goes to $130, you are actually going to make $5 a share because you were betting against the company. So instead of buying shares to go long and you're wanting the stock price to go up, you're selling shares to go short. You're borrowing shares from the bank to go short. And as the stock price drops on you, you're betting against the company that the price will go down. It's a risky business, dangerous game. Don't do it until you're comfortable. But there's certainly ways to make money on the way down. Did somebody give me Dropbox? Oh, boy. Oh, Dropbox. This is the worst service. I know all the Dropbox lovers are going to come out of their caves right now, but man, Dropbox sucks. All right. Look at this thing go. Hey, you're in the overbought area. You've had two snapbacks. These are these W formations that are happening, and you can see these W's. Their right side of the W is higher than the left, so it's great. If you make a new all-time high and you break out over whatever this top of this wick is, go for it. I have no problem adding to this thing or staying in it or doing whatever. It's looking okay. All right. What do we got? Did I do Baidu yet? BIDU? I don't remember what this is. I just remember that a lot of people like to talk about it. Is this a Chinese commerce company or something? So the problem with this one is you're under all four of your major moving averages. That's the problem that you're facing here. Let's zoom into 3 months over here. You have very inconsistent volume. To me, this is just not something that I'm going either way on. I'm just going to let it be and go find a new company. MO, Altria Group. Let's see. Did we have a gap here today? I thought I read that there was a gap here today. Good news is you're holding your 25-day moving average. Bad news is 25-day moving average it's the weakest moving average to be holding. You want to be up here. So the point is you're just stuck right in. I think you're going to probably be range bound between 45 and 48 for a while until you get some good volume that really you have it coming up here for a certain number of days where you either get up here or you get down here. But right now, I don't think Altria is going to move one way or the other. It's just going to be pretty range bound. You can go ahead and trade that up and down all you want, but I just don't think you're going to get much movement. Okay, Google. Did Google report? When are they reporting? Is it tomorrow? Tomorrow after the bell. Oops. Tomorrow after the bell. So I don't know what happened with Google today, but keep it going. If you're in this, I have no problem with you adding to it. Oh, that was Friday. I would just wait. If you're doing anything with this, just wait. Just because you have earnings tomorrow. If you want to swing trade it or day trade it, have at it. But no, all right. When does Moderna go to the S&P? Can somebody tell me that? I thought it was going to be this week. Look at these guys go. It just doesn't stop. And I think all of this is moving to the S&P nonsense. I mean, look at this volume. It's, I don't know. This is not something that I would be. If you have made it, if you're in Moderna and you've gotten up here and you've caught this entire ride, consider yourself lucky and take your earnings and move on. That's a little bit too crazy for me. All right, let's look at eBay. eBay long or swing. Let's do both. Okay, eBay. Looking good long term. You can see that you've had pretty drastic snapbacks 2 times, but you're creating these W formations with the right side of the W higher than the left. So your moving averages, that's great. Pretty consistent volume. So over on a swing trading chart, you can see that we're running into this resistance point of 73.79. Let's zoom out a little bit just so we can see it. Okay. It created its own resistance point on Friday. So just be careful because your stochastic's getting high into that overbought area. So be aware of that. But it's looking okay. I mean, I think you can go ahead and add on either situation. Just be aware. When's earnings? August 11th. So you'll be all right. SKLZ. I remember we looked a lot at this thing. Is this the sporting company? The yellow and black sporting company? They used to make this little baseball that had like 6 sides to it, and it would go all over the place. Should somebody short Moderna? Do what the chart tells you to do. Don't just short it because of the news and that I think it's going to drop when it moves to the S&P. I could be totally wrong. Do what the chart tells you to do. Don't just arbitrarily do things. That's how you get in trouble, and that's why all of these people are starting to come to everything money from everybody that just completely speculates on nonsense and says, oh, this is going to happen. But why is that going to happen? Because it's going to happen. Oh, okay. All right. This skills. So the thing with skills is, let's see, when did this go public? It doesn't even have a 200-day moving average. So that means it hasn't been public for 200 days. I like to have an entire chart. I like to have 1 year of the chart just because that gives me the opportunity to see the entire picture. I have said it a million times. I'll say it again. I look at a chart as a book, as an entire book. And if I only have this much of the book, I only have half the book. I'm not going to know the ending. So it just gives me more opportunity to see. Look, I want the best opportunity for myself to make money. I think that if I have more of the story, then I'm going to have a better chance to make money. It's like Paul Harvey. And now you know the rest of the story. I think probably like 2 people in the audience got that one. All right. Twitter. So we were in Twitter. I think we sold Twitter around $71. We made, I think, 7 or 8% on this thing. All right. So Twitter's pulling back a little bit on you. Let's just zoom in here like this. Pulling back a little bit. I mean, if you go ahead and if you break out like that with a new candlestick, I think you'll be okay. But I got out of Twitter for a specific reason. I didn't like this resistance that it was facing. And so far I've been proven right because I sold it on this day right here. I've been proven right. So I think the reason I sold is because I wanted to see this engulfing candlestick and I never got it. If you get it, you're good. That's basically all I have to say about that. All right. Sherwin-Williams, local company. Right up the road from our office eventually. They're building a new campus there. Sherwin, you had a great engulfing candlestick on Friday. I would have added. I think this is great. If you're going to face a little bit of resistance at 288, but that's no big deal. To be honest with you, somebody put this in the Bid and Ask Nation. This is great. If we get an engulfing candlestick like so, today or tomorrow, we're in. We're in. Jonathan got it. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. All right. What time? It's 9:30. The market's open. I'll do one more stock. Chaggy got it. Lily Livestock got it. Murphy got it. All right. All right. It's better than I thought. ATVI. I was listening to Paul Harvey last night. He's good. All right. ATVI. So it's holding the 200-day moving average very tightly. You can see that for the past 6 to 7 sessions, it's just been sitting there. and the volume has been declining. So the good news for you people that are shorting this, if this thing breaks the 200-day moving average and gets down here, you're gonna have a good run on it. But don't do anything until that happens. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. You guys have a good one. And if you're not in the Bid and Ask Nation, join it. If you have just joined it during the show, send me a DM, or not DM. Don't DM me. Tag me right now in the general chat, and I will talk to you. Have a good one.